Hello, my name is Daniel Burgess. I want to talk about how to understand your Bible better in 5 minutes. I think it'll take me about 5 minutes to explain this to y'all. But your Bible wasn't written in English. So if you want to study the original text, you're going to have to study textual criticism. I use the Masoretic text, and the Textus Receptus, but there are different old manuscripts written in Greek and Hebrew. You're going to have to decide which one is right for you. Studying that's really painful. Those guys are biased and mean. Anyways, you can get you a study Bible. I use the Companion Bible by E.W. Bullinger. A lot of people like Thompson Chain Bible. There's a lot of different note systems that you can get for along with your Bible. I've tried to use a lot of them. I'm a Bullinger guy. He's my kind of theologian. Don't be afraid to vandalize your Bible. Vandalize it. Mark it up. We are not superstitious. Paul didn't speak well of being superstitious. But there's a magical book. Some dead guys cared about you. Thought this would help English-speaking Christians understand the Bible better. But take any English word. You know, I'm reading my Bible over here. And in the last verse of Jeremiah, it says, "And for his diet, there was a continual diet given him of the king of Babylon, and every day a portion until the day of his death, all the days of his life." Diet? What the heck's the Hebrew word for diet? Diet, what does that mean? So, this guy named James Strong wrote this book called Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. And you don't have to read Greek or Hebrew to study the Greek or Hebrew text and to have a better understanding of your Bible. Right, so I want to know what the word diet means in Jeremiah. If I'm looking up an Old Testament word, it's going to be in a Hebrew dictionary. If I'm looking up a New Testament word, it's going to be in a Greek dictionary. But take this word diet, D-I-E-T. There we go, diet. I know this word doesn't occur very much. Twice, right there. It's the only place in your Bible. In your right here. So you see, I got the word diet here, and then it shows you a little bit of the sentence from the verse in Jeremiah where we read, and then over here it tells you where it is, and it has a corresponding number that matches a dictionary. So I look at diet. I look at, it's the word 737 is the number. So I look up 737. Don't read Hebrew. I just can count. If you can read English, which if you're interested in the Bible, you can read. It's the Hebrew word aruka. It's a feminine passive particle of 732 in the sense of appointing. But they mean a ration of food and allowance, diet, dinner, victuals. So it gives you the root word, which is arak, which is a word that means to travel. That's the root word. And so as long as you can read the numbers over here, you can get to the original word. Wonderful book. You know, you run into some issues, but Englishman's Greek Concordance of the New Testament. So I take a word. This is funny. I'll show you. I got an English and Greek reference guide here. In the English and Greek, it lists the word abide. Now, the word abide in English in your King James Bible corresponds to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different Greek words. So to study the Bible exhaustively, you want to get a Greek concordance for New Testament, like here's the word for idol, eidolon. Um, and that's every time the Greek word for idol occurs in the New Testament, right here. So look up all of those, and then you've exhausted that Greek word. So if you're studying a word, uh, I also have the Greek and English concordance here. So it gives me the Greek word, and it gives me all of the different, like here's the word good right here. And in Greek, it's the word agathos. And here we get benefit, good things, goods, and well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different English words for one Greek word, and vice versa. You'll have one English word, and you'll have, 6 Greek words for it. So, so this is a basic concordance. As long as you can look up the Strong's number right there, then you can get to it. Anybody can do this. And that's really all it takes to study exhaustively. That's it. I wish somebody showed me this when I was a little kid. Because it's really that simple. You get Interlinear Bible. This is the original text, and it has a row of Strong's numbers as well. You can see that right there. Hopefully you can. And it'll have the Hebrew, and then it'll have a real simple translation of the English. But you really only need this if you're going to translate. You need the exact spelling of the Greek or the exact spelling of the Hebrew to get the parts of speech around the word. So if you're going to translate it, then you need the original text, and you need to be able to use most of the reference tools to even translate are numbered with the Strong's. But you just got to get, basics of biblical Greek or basics of biblical Hebrew book, the original text that I just showed you. And you can get like a analytical lexicon, Greek or of Hebrew. Look at the exact spelling. It'll give you, the Hebrew is a little more complicated. I don't really translate Hebrew. It's a lot more complicated. But nonetheless, you get a beginner's book. All of these books that I'm showing you, any of these books, all of these books, explain how to use these books in the preface, table of contents, table of features of the books, list of abbreviations. Anyways, but yeah, they explain table of features is showing you exactly how to read each page and all of the information on each page. And they have a lot of it. So you can go through. And the beginning of every one of these books explains how to use them. So anybody can do it. I'm going to talk about what I had to go through to learn that. We're at 8.5 minutes. Because it's been quite a wild journey just to get that far. But if you can just get that far with it, which there's a program called eSword, and all this stuff's free. Every one of these books, I spent hundreds of dollars on these books, and I want the physical copy because that's how I work. But they're free, legitimately free. And if you want to be free from somebody telling you what the Bible means for the rest of your life and abusing you with their authority in some form or another, don't let people tell you what to believe. Like, thank James Strong for giving you the ability to exhaust the Bible against a subject or a word, And, as long as you know how to verify these things, then nobody's going to be able to pull one over on you. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Studying the language is not enough. I just showed you how to be exhaustive with the language, but the more you understand what you're reading, the more you're going to understand that you don't understand it. And you have to look into the culture and the daily lives and exactly why they wrote things the way that they wrote them, because this is literature and you need to learn to study it linguistically. But a whole lot of customs, cultures, metaphors, historical references. There's a lot of other information you're gonna have to acquire on top of that. But this is the start. Get a Strong's Concordance, download eSword. Amen.